Tuesday, February the 22nd. As I expected, the 7 red shirt leaders were released on bail today. What's going to happen to Thai politics now?
Well, definitely the situation has improved. The overall environment has improved quite.
You mean the tension has calmed down?
Calmed down. Even Kuntida herself has declared that today she has seen the dawn of justice in Thailand.
Really?
Yes. What is it? It's really quite a remarkable statement.
Kuntida is a leader of the red shirts or the Norpo Chaw. But you know, the strange thing is this morning the yellow shirt leaders went to report to the police of new accusation of having violated the security law. In the afternoon, the red shirt leaders were released on bail.
Yes, and there was also some arrests taking place today also, the Kun Surachai said that.
Yeah, he's also a red shirt leader, but he belongs to a different sort of faction in the red shirt movement.
He belongs to a more extreme faction of the red shirts. And he was accused of something that he said in December last year. Unless but just stay charged.
So do you expect the red shirt movement to suddenly, get excited and that the 7 leaders are back? Are they going to hold new rallies? Are they going to put more pressure on the opposite government?
The Kun Surachai faction is not that close to the mainstream of the red shirt, and I think it's a very smart move by the government, politically speaking, of course, that they decided to give the bail to the 7 leaders. What has gone unreported is the fact that every time they open, they have a family days at the prisons. Thousands of people show up every time with all kinds of banners, and a lot of people were really concerned about the show of force at the prisons.
But this is not the government decision. This is the court's decision. You say.
Of course, that is a state decision.
Okay, the state decision.
And it is good for the government as well. It's good for the government.
So you think the red shirts now will have to regroup, rethink the strategy, and if the new election comes up in the next few months, the red shirt will probably work with the Pheu Thai party to seize political dominance after the election.
They have to go back to the issue of the people who were injured and killed in the turbulence last year. Over the past few months, the campaign seemed to focus on the
release of the bail for the 7
red shirt leaders, and most of the rallies of the red shirt tend to start at the prison before moving elsewhere, or they seem to everything seems to revolve around detained red shirt leaders. So they have to adjust the strategy a little bit and maybe go back to the issue of the people who were killed and injured.
So sort of back to square one.
Back to square one, but of course the environment is much better today because it served well to the reconciliation process.
So the yellow shirts now are in trouble because they have been summoned by police. The red shirt leaders are now freed. So you see the two movements moving in opposite directions almost all the time. The issue of the Cambodian dispute, or the dispute between Thailand and Cambodia, doesn't seem to bother the red shirts that much.
No. For one thing, it is something that had to do with what the foreign ministry under the foreign minister
Kun Kasit
and Pheu Thai party foreign minister who is of course. Of course, there's something that had to do with the Noppadon foreign ministry. So they tend to.
They cannot focus on the issue because otherwise that could backfire.
Yes.
Because they could go back into history and say Noppadon, foreign minister under Thaksin Shinawatra, could be brought back to life, and that is not going to be favorable to the red shirt leaders. So now, with the release of the 7 red shirt leaders, things have calmed down, but is it a quiet period before the big storm? Nobody knows, but at least for the time being, things should quieten down a little bit.